sure that we have a solid date for those yet. Oh, it looks like our runners are getting underway here. So what do you think of this starting space right near the coast?
Well, Monocle Rock is going to give us some access to some Armos, which is an early play, and hey, we get a
Oh,
ladder out of it.
we got our ladder out of. Okay, so we've got Captain Green, Dr. J. Looks like Adirondack Rick already all have the ladder. So that is huge. It looks like Fury SK made the election to go south instead of north. He's going to check some other Armos statues. And he finds level 1 at one of his Armos statues. Immediately says no thanks. Probably going to see if he gets a free bombable wall here or gets that key open. Looks like he's in the feet of the eagle right there. Captain Green finding our small secret. It's 10 rupees, so not too bad there.
And another early find is that we did find a sword. We're still looking for one, but we found the magical sword up front. Now,
okay,
that was just about a couple screens north of start.
Dr. J taking the heart at the take any instead of the candle. That's an interesting play right there. That candle unlocks a lot of overworld spots. So I'm surprised to see that candle play. Ooh, we've also found level 9.
The vanilla blue ring spot. So that's not a very convenient place to get to in case we end up with a hard level.
Yeah. We've also, it's near start, which isn't necessarily too big a deal. An up A save will get you there. But my Siri just went off. Hold on. There we go.
Vanilla 2 has a casino.
Okay.
And Rick just up A's out of there and starts heading towards the upper right. Or no, just we're heading more towards the coast and some more Armo statues.
Oh, we got a medium secret, which is 34. Gonna see our coast item here. Looks like scrap metal. Yep. Oh!
So that's out of play.
Captain Green picked it up.
Well, I mean...
He's without sword right now, so maybe just thinking about the early play. Looks like he's doing a screen scroll to get to the graveyard. And it looks like we've got Adirondack Rick making the dig into 1 right now. A little bit. Now, 1 is a unique dungeon. Mostly because you get 2 items out of 1. We should see an item on our floor. We should also see an item. Oh, Adirondack Rick says no, but there's also an item that you'll find in a staircase. So any runner who's finding 1 right now is thinking, the early play, if I can maybe get that easy staircase that I can work my way through, it could pay off. So that we see a key on a Captain Green's side here. He's going to try to get that key with his magical boomerang.
And probably for Dr. J here, since he's digging into level 1 and he took that heart container early, I think he'd be hoping for a white sword on the floor, but not so lucky right now as he has to, as he's out of keys.
Yeah, and right now having that candle would be great because he's in the forest. There's a lot of checks that you got to do in the forest with the burning bushes, and he is not going to be able to do that right away. As Fury SK does pick up the candle from that same take any.
Rick walks away from that boomerang and just continues from there.
Yeah, that scrap metal is going to be a controversial play here.
I see that the casino owners are invoking diplomatic immunity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there's our wood sword. Adirondack Rick, our first to get the wooden sword. It looks like out of the... it's just south of the desert there.
Yep, now he's farming some green moblins who look just about normal for some bombs at this point, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it looks like the orange moblin's taken 3 hits. I think he's already hit this.
Oh. And Fury's found take any roads. One's on Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm. Was that through the bomb?
And the second's on Death Mountain.
Yeah, they're next to each other, it looks like.
And the third is also on Death Mountain, next to the other 2.
Well.
Well, we were talking about any roads being on Death Mountain, but we didn't need them all there. So overall, it's a pretty mediocre set of stairs.
Did we see all 4? It looks like he stopped at 3.
Well, we have the initial one, too, so...
Staircase. Oh, we got Dr. J picking up the sword as well. Looks like Captain Green also... Oh, yep. Everybody but Fury's got the sword now, so... Looks like Adirondack Rick's trying to get some bombs as well. The green enemies, or the blue enemies on the overworld, a lot of them will drop bombs. In the dungeons, the orange enemies, a lot of the orange enemies are going to drop bombs for these runners. Bombs being obviously a very useful resource. Looks like we found level 8 under the Armos statue on Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how Furies diverged the most at this point, but so far the main dungeons we found are, well, except for this painful edition, have 2 items apiece, so it'll be interesting once we can start digging here.
Yeah, we have found the dreaded level 7. Dig Dogger right away saying, what's up? Now these runners have, we've got gels. So we could see, we got a possible push block room here. He elects to use a bomb. Interesting.
Well, we're probably not finding a staircase here because there's a shutter, correct?
Yes.
So nothing's coming easy yet. At least the gels are going down in one hit.
Right. Now he gets rewarded with some bombs, and he can move through 7 a little more. Dr. J making the play on level 1. Got his wood sword now. Got some dark nuts right away. Wow, those are not strong orange dark nuts. 1 hit. That is... This is the seed I would love to play.
Wonder if he lucks out similarly with the blue dark nuts, but I think he's just going to keep re-rolling the room as much as possible to get more of those to turn into red dark nuts.
Yep, every time you roll the room, you can... The game has a set list of, or a priority list of what will spawn in that room at that time. And if you saw other easy-to-kill enemies, if you leave and re-enter the room, sometimes you will see a different enemy set every time you enter it. On Green's, what was that we saw on Captain Green's screen? I'm not too sure. Was that? Oh, we saw a hint. I did miss the hint on that screen there.
Yeah, I was looking too hard at Dr. J's combat skills, and also Fury has just found a transport staircase instead of the item staircase, so bouncing back and forth, killing some ropes.
A swordless 7 dig. That is quite a feat. Oh, stuck with some Pole's voice, Captain Green. Yeah, that is an up A right there. Yeah, in the old Zelda games, if you press a Dodongo dwells in the forest. So we know level 2 is in the forest. I don't believe anyone's located level 2 yet. I don't have it on my map here.
And it does have to be truthful, so at least the runners can count on that.
Yep. All right, we have another possible staircase room here for Fury SK in 7. 7 only having 1 item. It is the largest dungeon, so it's a runner's least favorite play, but we might see our first item. It is the heart container in 7. So 7 not really giving us anything we want beyond a Triforce that is necessary, but hey, it's life. Fury SK is going to grab it.
Yeah, without a sword, he's probably going to have to tank more than you might want to anyway, so having an extra heart isn't going to be bad, and gets you closer to the white sword item at this point.
If Captain Green finding a manhandle in 1, and he manhandles it. So we've got a heart here, and since of our find in 7, we know that heart is not a floor drop. It's actually the heart container. Gosh, that is some beautiful... All right, we got a compass, so we're going to find the location of our Triforce piece, which is in the head of the eagle. I don't believe we've seen either item here yet.
No, not yet. And most of this dungeon has been explored at this point. I think that with the dark...
Yep. Adirondack Rick finding the raft in 1. So we've got our raft.
Interesting. Well, we're getting some access right now. At least the dungeons are easy to clear, but raft is going to be of, who knows what kind of use.
Yeah, I mean, it unlocks only 2 spots on the overworld, so it's always that rare play where when it's necessary, you're kind of like, man, really? But hey, it's obviously an item that could be necessary to complete the seed. It was in 1. You can't knock that too bad. But yeah, our runners are going to be on the lookout for that other item out of 1 now, so we'll see these rooms get cleaned up.
Okay, we're being told that Fury managed to get the... Oh, Fury did backtrack for the ladder at some point? Okay, he must have restarted at some point.
Yep. Oh, and Captain Green with the Triforce out of 1. Obviously, another item's still at large, so he's going to dig right back in. Check it out.
Meanwhile, Dr. J is clearing out these red dark nuts, hoping for an item drop in this room, I assume.
Yeah, there wasn't one because Captain Green did just get that. Oh, looks like Adirondack Rick also picks up the Triforce out of 1, so we have got a race.
Yep. 2 overrunners, 1 out of 8. Dr. J is going to get his first Triforce here in just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And Fury's found level 3, it looks like.
Yep, and it looks like I saw him by the graveyard. He wasn't at the push block. I assume this was somewhere in the dead woods.
We'll see if his lack of sword forces him to bail pretty soon.
Ooh, this is tough. This is really tough for Fury. Not having that sword, finding multiple dungeons.
I mean, so far the other 3 haven't found the white sword, so he could luck out and find the white sword in this dungeon at the staircase.
So Palom BM in chat has told us that white sword hint was, my brother has a recorder by the lake. So it appears our white sword item will be the flute today. It'd be crazy if this Pole's voice room has our other item in it.
Process of elimination. I mean, everybody else has had to bail so far, and I think we're running out of rooms to check.
Yeah, this could be it. Everybody's having a good time with the Pole's voice. 1 to go for Captain Green. Looks like we have 5. Oh, red candle. Okay.
Absolutely worth it.
Yeah. I bet Fury SK wishes he had that red candle right about now.
Yeah, it'd be a nice sword replacement, a lot more efficient than this strategy, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Small seed. So we know what we got out of 1.
Yep, Raft and Red Candle, and looks like all of our runners got the heart container out of here too from Manhanba.
Yeah, that was part of the progression. It was on the way to the compass. A lot of people, and me included, I do like to check that right wing of the eagle. I don't know, I'm just drawn to that direction.
The vanilla game kind of trains you to do it, I think.
Mm-hmm. Take any for Captain Green. Goes for the heart. Obviously the choice I'd pick at this point. Already got the red candle. No real need for the potion yet. Money hasn't really become a concern. Found a red ring in level 3 for Fury, so still swordless, but can take a whole lot of pain.
Yeah, survivability is going to be a boon, but he really needs to get some offense here if he's going to try and catch back up at this point.
Definitely agree. At this point, he can hope for a real easy piece of triangle out of 3, nope out, and try to get on the right track.
And speaking of which, Captain Green found level 2 and an early Triforce, but he's going to go looking for that floor item before he doubles back for that, which I don't know if it's going to be under that Goma or not, but we'll see.
Looks like level 3 was in the Dead Woods. It was the 100 secret. Man, everybody just found this level 2 and I missed it. Found the heart container. Also, this level 2 is very favorable. Another thing we need to know about level 2 is that its item will actually be a floor drop. Oh, there's a Goma. Oh, and Fury SK finds level 6. Looks like Palom in chat has also told us the door repair is 20 rupees in this seed, which is not too bad. It's not killer.
No, especially since it's so much less than the medium secret. That's usually what I gauge it against when it comes to my personal economy. And unfortunately, Rick taking a death to all those Pulse voices, so he's going to have to slog through that whole room again.
That is unfortunate.
He is gathering keys, though. He went out of his way to make sure he pulled as many keys as he could out of this.
Oh, we got a bow and 6.
Get himself some arrows, and he's got himself some offense.
That'll be an incredibly good purchase yet. I don't think we've seen an arrow shop yet, though. Yes, the D was in level 6.
So these divergent paths yielding very different results.
Oh,
And
we got our floor item. And 2, it's the white sword.
well, double your damage, double your fun.
Boy, this is... Okay, so Goria grumbles at the grave.
So Captain Green restarted the level and got his Triforce in a hurry.
Yep. Manhandle threatens in the dead woods. We already know.
At this point, I'm not sure how happy Rick's going to be to see this red candle, because it's been about 6 minute or so play for it, but you know, it's certainly going to be better than nothing. Better than finding the boomerang at this point.
Dr. J gets bopped. It appears level 6 was in vanilla level 3. Ah, Azern, yes. We do know that Captain Green and Dr. J both have the raft. We'll get that updated for you.
Yep, got it. That's right, so everybody else cleared out one by now. And those red gorillas are only 1 hit point, and unfortunately, a small secret on large secret on Captain Green's side. 71 out of 100 rupees for that one.
Yep.
But we get 3 of those.
There's our meat. 89. Nice price for bombs there. 15. Gets the meat too. Captain Green making sure none of those blocks can get him in those dungeons.
Yeah, between getting ladders and getting bait, I think not much can stop these runners right now unless we get a weird Dig Dogger block or Goma block at this point.
We looked out in 2. There were Gomas, but did not require it for that floor item, so we were good.
It looks like Rick got his red candle and has found 2, which is only a couple screens away from where it usually is, under a burn bush.
Yep.
And that's Triforce number 2 for Rick. I don't believe he got that item yet, the white sword. Nope. He's going back in for it, though.
250 blue ring. Obviously, we know red ring is in 3, and 3 is in the dead woods here, so... Captain Green not far from it. Fury SK all the way up at the... Yikes, vanilla 5. Finds a toll. A troll toll.
And Fury's going and check the vanilla white sword location, and I believe they're going to be kind of eventually meeting in the middle here, as most of these runners are kind of going counterclockwise with their candle, and Fury's going clockwise.
Dr. J does find that white sword. And he gets that triangle.
So 3 of our runners following a pretty similar path right now. It'll be interesting to see how they might diverge at this point as they check the rest of the Armo statues and as many burn bushes and bombable walls as they can.
I think this is when we'll start to see some big deviation.
And that's a vanilla 10 small secret over on Fury's side.
Large secret under that Armos.
And Rick picks up his white sword and still hanging out for some reason. Should be, he already got his Triforce.
That's interesting. I'm wondering what he's doing. Oh, we have a 6 find for Captain Green. Went the Deadwood's way. We'll be very happy to find that bow soon.
Okay, now Rick heads out of there and is going to go look for something else.
The right play. All right, we got a hint shop. Goma creeps with the bow. We knew that. Dr. J making the investment for us here. Step over the water to reach the heart container.
We got that too.
Fetus strength will lead to the book. So
how useless.
Power bracelet. Oh, also a find that is its use. You know, has the 5 checks and first quest overworld. So it could always, again, lead to that one obscure thing that you absolutely need. It could lead to a dungeon that these runners have to clear. But yeah, that dungeon's item is not going to be particularly useful.
Yeah, so with all Triforces being needed, that means a power bracelet is required, just not that particular item, since we know the white sword item is recorder.
And the recorder, of course, opening up one spot on the world map in the Deadwoods.
Oh, looks like Fury picked up his wood sword finally when I wasn't paying attention, so he's gonna make up for a little lost time in some of these dungeons, I think, pretty soon, once he gets through Candle Row.
He has the power of some information right now. He did make a lot of checks that other runners did not. He knows the location of 3 and 7 and 8, I believe, and the other runners do not.
Oh, and we found the recorder as a white sword item on Candle Row.
The bow was in level 6, Dark Files.
Yeah, so Captain Green's...
I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Dr. J finding level 8, and is going to get a free bombable wall to head out of the top corner that he's trapped in right now.
8 is also a very good dungeon to find. You're looking at 2 items out of 8. Oh, we got a possible Dig Dogger block here. Yes, the bow's in 6, and 6 is in the location of Vanilla 3.
Dr. J gets out of paying that toll by saving out of that toll room before the message finishes.
Oh, Captain Green getting the bow.
And it looks like Captain Green's just going to finish off these pancakes to get his Triforce out of level 6.
Yep, that was a not too bad dig right there. So I'd say right now, Captain Green with a little bit of an advantage here. Has the bow, has the most Triforces of our runners here. Looking pretty good so far.
And we got a recorder for Rick.
Yep.
Oh shoot, and who else picked it up? I gotta mark that. It was Fury, I think. How do we do those for those potion prices? Dr. J checked for a second. I thought I saw 28 for the single.
I did not catch those potion prices.
And Rick not finding a whole lot of much on that raft spot there.
Nope.
Fury's coming back for his Triforce now that we've got a sword in hand.
Oh, we've got a level 3.
And almost 25 minutes in, Fury's got his first Triforce, but many more to come soon, I think.
Yeah, he knows where 3 is. I'm surprised, he knows where 3 is, so he's probably gonna make the play right now. Well, he's going a long way. Maybe he didn't have bombs to do the check down here before.
Yeah, not too many reasons to come back here unless
Oh,
unless you already have him in here. Ah, and he paid bait to have the privilege of going into the shoot room the wrong way.
Alright, so for this seed, Mr. Stone, it will be 8. All 8 pieces of Triforce will be required to get into level 9. This is a full, every dungeon, every triangle.
Yeah, so no gambles required for going the go mode or passing up some luxury items, though depending on what you got, maybe these runners will just kind of gather some keys and hope they got enough to make it through level 9 when the time comes.
Yep. And here we go. Fury's about to pick up that Triforce out of so Pole's voice in the way, but he shouldn't be a problem with the red ring. He'll have the Triforce out of 3 and 6, which obviously is very divergent from the other runners, but that puts him at 2 Triforces, which puts him pretty much on equal footing with the others. So it's a very unique comeback there.
Yeah, and that red ring's going to be a pretty unique advantage, at least until Captain Green finds it. So it's unlikely with the size of level 3 that he would give up on the item.
So that's a Triforce out of 3 for Fury. It looks like Captain Green's right behind him. Oh, doesn't know the Triforce is in there, so he skips it. Rick looks pretty deep into a 6 dig right now.
And he'll be happy once he finds his bow, I'm sure. A lot better payoff than the red candle back in 1.
So Dig Dogger gazes with the book. So now we know that level 5 is Power Bracelet locked, and it's underneath it's got the book in it. We have to play a melody to obtain the Power Bracelet. So probably a Dig Dogger block on that Power Bracelet.
Yeah, because Fury just checked Recorder Lake, and it's not under that.
That's what he's we're buying the hints from Recorder Lake that tells us that we need to play the recorder to get the. Oh boy! So this web gets a little intricate in the seed. Captain Green gets that 3 Triforce, and we have a dig for level 8 with Dr. J. So we got a staircase right here.
Yeah, I think you got that recorder and one to access level 8, which is definitely a good play because, well, we get the wand out of that so far.
There it is.
Other item to be discovered. And if we got silvers, then we've got a good find. And that power bracelet's still at large, and that could be here too.
Yep, and that power bracelet is required, so we're in a position where we've got to find it. That is a move we got to make.
And we know that the power bracelet can't be at 9 because we need all the Triforces to even get into 9 this time.
Right, so at this point, we know level 5 is power bracelet locked. So
and it has
could
the
be
book.
4. At this point, it's 4 or 8. And we haven't found level 4 yet.
It would be interesting if level 4 is at the other raft spot that we haven't checked yet, just to make this raft required and power bracelet required, even if they're not chained together.
Silvers at this point, I'm thinking, I mean, they could be in 4 or 8 or 9. We know that 7 has the heart container.
Fury picks up his Triforce from level 7 as well.
Oh, really? Good. Get that marked.
Yeah, do you mind if I just give a quick item recap while since we're at the halfway mark here, since it's coming up in chat?
Oh, 8's got the power bracelet.
Well,
No,
add that to the
yes,
list.
go ahead. Do it. Good timing.
Power bracelet, as I write it down. All right, so we have the raft and ride candle at level 1, the white sword at level 2, red ring at level 3, 4 is unknown, book is going to be 5, which has not been found, bow is at 6, heart container at 7, wand at 8, and power bracelet at 8. Coast item was the magic boomerang, white sword item was recorder, and the ladder was at the Armo statue.
Right, and at this point we know book's 5. So our outstanding items obviously are silver arrows. We've got our any key. What am I missing here? And the Lord Banana.
Boomerang. Yeah, so we've got the silvers at 4 at this rate, and then the boomerang and the any key at 9, because we are only missing 3 items.
Well, the silvers could be in 9.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's you don't need the silvers to get into 9; you just need it to finish 9. So.
Yep. So we very well could see this level 4 could be interesting because we don't know where it is, and it could have level 7's Triforce right there for Captain Green. He's gonna keep moving, and a death for Adirondack Rick.
Oh, let's see what
Bomb
this...
upgrade. He buys it, and it's for 2 bombs for 117. Ooh.
Well, if nothing else, he bought 5 bombs to go along with it.
They're 15 apiece on the outside. Boy, that dungeon inflation is serious. This Hyrule may be literate, but this economy, I don't know.
Well, it looks like Ganon used to live in level 8 and just left his Triforce behind and then moved on to level 9. So we found that level 8 Triforce in Ganon's room in 8.
Interesting. Yeah, 9 is in the top right corner of Hyrule. So that usually is a 100 secret. It is a level 9 this time. 9, yes, 9 is in Hyrule. True Blue 83. That is a good assessment. Sad. This Hyrule's victim of dungeonflation. Oh, Captain Green getting that Triforce. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but he got it. Alrighty, so we've got a forgotten spot check here for Fury. Meat shop, a little cheaper. Got the arrows there for 93. Dr. J finding the heart container in 7. Gliak returns at the grave. We're looking for Gliak awaits, not returns. Captain Green showing me the 4th take any road that I did not see earlier. It's a pretty quick road to Ganon, so that's not too bad. And of course, the other 3 take any roads are legitimately side by side with each other. So not too useful there. Surprised. I thought Captain Green made these checks earlier on the top right of Hyrule. Maybe not. Don't see that bomb of a wall there. Dr. J still digging that 7. Those beefy moblins telling Fury SK no. Dark Phase, level 1 is in the forest under the Armos. And level 2 is in a burning bush, also in the forest. The Maelstrom flags are going to give us first quest overworld, first quest dungeons. Enemy HP is plus or minus 4. We've got a full cave shuffle. Other than that, it's pretty standard fare. Everything's in a random spot in the caves in the overworld. The dungeon items are shuffled, but the heart containers aren't part of that shuffle. So each dungeon will have one heart container, and it's in the same number of items it would have had in vanilla Legend of Zelda. But the boss HP will be the same, so it's just those overworld enemies, those dungeon enemies could have a lot of health. So far, we're seeing some bit beefier moblins. Pole's voice, I mean, they're always never fun to deal with. They seem a little beefy. And yeah, the orange dark nuts take 1 hit. So that was a boon to the seed. Oh, we got a Triforce out of 7 for Dr. J. Country guy's rebooting, so if I do miss a tracking element here, please let me know. Oh, we got a red potion buy for Dr. J. I did not see the price in that. Adirondack Rick does find the red ring as well, so a lot of damage saving for Rick there. I believe Country Guy is back.
I am. I'm just getting my screens back up and running, but let's see if we missed anything dramatic.
Nope. Triforce pickup. Fury SK has found 1 and done a pretty good dig so far. Already has the red candle, so he's strumming along there. If he goes north here, he'll be making the right play. Looks like not. And you know what? Oh, he does go north, so that's good stuff. He's going to find his other item and his Triforce in the head of the eagle, and he'll be out of there. So Fury with his raft. Rick doing that hint check for us. Yeah, we know level 5's got the book. Captain Green gets his flute. He can now play the Song of Hyrule.
All right, and Rick getting caught up with the information there regarding how important that recorder is.
Yep. And the Fury gets that Triforce out of 1. So again, despite that awkward start, Fury SK has made some really great progress on the seed since he's come around. 4 Triforce pieces, set up pretty well. If he goes left here, he might find level 2 and start that dig. Captain Green finding 8. Level 4 still at large here, though.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many plays at the bombable levels at Death Mountain, if I remember correctly, so it could be hiding up there. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, quick Triforce pickup for Fury SK.
I believe he checked the hint saying that the white sword's here, so he might pass that up right now. Or he'll go back in for it.
Nope, he's going in. He's going for it.
Dr. J gets the red ring, so now pretty much everybody's as tough as they get.
Yep. And we do have in chat, Yellbot here is telling us that Fury SK did get the Triforce innate, so I'll update that. Thank you. That puts him 2 Triforce away, but he does not have that power bracelet, which we do know is required to get into level 5, wherever that is. Five power bracelet spots. We've already seen the Death Mountain one, which led to a potion shop. I don't know if we've seen any of the others. I'm going to assume... I'm going to say it's south of desert. I want to see south of desert. Next to the ferry.
Yeah, we'll see if that one's a trick. Because what else we got other than that? We've got next to Vanilla Start.
Yep.
And we got the one near their current start location at Monocle.
So, Azarin, how do we know the book is in 5? We found a hint that tells us that we need a feat of strength to obtain the book, and then we found a hint that says level 5 also requires a feat of strength, I believe. So, process of elimination there. We found all of our other items. We know that the power bracelet is indeed necessary for 5 and for the book.
And Dr. J finding that red ring at a very good time, since he found the cheap hint shop right after that and knew that he didn't need the money for a blue ring, so hints away.
Go. At this point, we've seen 2 hint shops, so we pretty much, at this point in the seed, the real only purchase people will make is arrows, and I believe, yep, Fury SK did make that purchase.
And so did Captain Green, I believe. And right now Dr. J's in level 6, so soon he'll have a bow as well. And I gotta assume that Rick is looking for the item in 7 at this point, since he knows where the Triforce piece is.
Yep. Will not be happy to find a heart container.
No, but the magical sword was close to start, so I imagine next time that he ups an A's pretty soon, then he'll make a play for it soon.
Yep, 10 hearts is the minimum, so... Oh, he found the hint in 7 that tells him the heart container's in 7, so he's going to back up, probably grab that Triforce and say, sayonara.
That does save him a little time, so it's handy to see, but he, I think he's the one that dug into the chin.
Alright, Captain Green finding that croissant.
It'll be interesting to see if he makes a play for a different power bracelet spot in comparison to everyone else and finds that that level 4 first.
Oh, I just realized I had Captain Green marked for 8. But he picked it up anyway, so I was just meta a little bit.
Yeah, I think you want to pick up a couple extra bombs before he left.
Mm-hmm. Rick finding 8 now, so here comes that dig. Kind of want to see Rick's pause screen. I'm not too sure he's still only at 2 Triforce.
No, he shouldn't be. I'll keep an eye on that as we get towards that.
Alright, so chat confirms he does at least have 7. Captain Green getting his wand out of 8. He's done with 8. Oh, and Dr. J with the bow. It's Dr. J coming along here.
Yep, now that we got the bow, he's going to find that Triforce as soon as he can and get the heck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I haven't checked the HP on a lot of these whiz robes, but since the red ring was so early, I think, and there's not a lot of shutter rooms in these, I think there's been a lot of just plowing through rooms.
Yeah, they've kind of just been face tanking those whiz robes and moving on. So at this point, Fury SK really wants to play the power bracelet spots, but he doesn't have that power bracelet out of 8. So right now he's got to go back into 8. That's the play. For Captain Green, the play is finding 4 or starting his power bracelet checks to find level 5. Dr. J still digging 6, has the 8 dig still, so he can get his power bracelet.
There's
so he can move
4.
on.
It was the coast raft spot.
It was?
Raft required, power bracelet required.
Oh man. It was like a full clear Zelda run.
So it'll be interesting to see if we get the silver arrows and we just get to go into effectively go mode at that point. Except that he still needs a power bracelet, but he knows he won't have to dig in 9 at that point.
Yeah, this forward dig is crucial.
Captain Green went back to start, but didn't check Magical Sword, I don't think, and whistled his way back to Death Mountain for the power bracelet spot, or Graveyard too.
Yeah, if we find the silvers here in 4, we find out the raft block. That's crazy. I mean, the raft was in 1, and all of our runners have it. But how often do you really go out of your way to make that check?
Especially since the coast item wasn't all that attractive to begin with, but I guess just Fury with kind of these, compared to the other 3 on the restream right now, kind of non-traditional plays or different plays, kind of working out for him in the long run here.
Oh my!
So yeah, Fury coming all the way back here.
So now we know our complete item rundown for the seed. We've got a raft and red ring raft and red candle, excuse me, in 1, a white sword in 2, a red ring in 3, silver arrows 4, book in 5, bow in 6, heart container in 7, wand and croissant power bracelet in 8, and now we have our any key and our Lord Banana in 9. And there's Dr. J with his Triforce out of 6.
Excellent. Now, of course, that any key is an item of convenience, but with ways that these runners have already racked up keys at this point, it's unlikely that they would even bother to pick it up unless they're really starved by the time they find it.
Yeah, I have not seen any key-starved dungeon dives here, nor have I seen a key purchase. Yeah, I'm looking at our runners here. 4 keys, 6 keys, 6 keys, and 6 keys. So 7 keys now. Oh, and there's the triangle out of 4 for Fury SK.
Yeah, and I'll have to keep an eye on that pause screen too, just to make sure that he never got that that power bracelet, because he's got the Triforce.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because he made a lot of strange digs early on. All right, we got a power bracelet for Adirondack Rick.
And he knows how important that is right now, so we'll see when that play gets made.
Fury going right back for the right play. He's back in 8, so now we know. Oh, and level 5 was under the desert. Yes.
Yeah, well, we'll both have to give each other some credit. You got the ferry spot, and I got the raft spot in terms of finding these dungeons. So why aren't we playing this one?
I don't know. I like commentating so much more. Knowing my luck, I'd still be looking for the wood swords.
Apparently, Captain Green did buy a key at some point, but that's probably not necessary too much. But he had the money and he was buying bait and everything, so probably just getting all the safety items that he could.
Mm-hmm. There's the wand for Fury.
Not the item he's looking for.
Yep, he wants that power bracelet.
But if he gets Jinx, it'll be a nice way to keep up DPS while he's in Ganon's castle if necessary.
And Dr. J and Adirondack Rick and Captain Green with enough hearts to make a check on that Mags, which we have not seen yet. So we know the book's in 5. The silvers were in level 4, which was at the coast raft spot, the right side of the world map. So seems those orange Gorias are not very beefy. Our bomb dropping enemies in dungeons, those orange dark nuts, those orange Gorias, not too tough.
Yeah, both
also
of them I
really
think
helps
one
runners.
hit point.
This could be our book right here. Nope. It's oh, you should resolve your staircase.
I was about to say, this is the time you actually want to find the transport staircase first.
All right.
Dr. J checking in power bracelet spot along the coast, and if he makes the trip all the way around, he'll find that raft spot. Hope he takes it.
Yeah, not a bad time if you haven't do your bomb coast right here, just to get that out of the way.
He's definitely trying to make sure he's topped off on bombs at this point, since he's farming for him.
Another spot I like to get done early if I spawn close enough to it are these coast bombs. Oh, there's the book. Captain Green says, no thanks.
Smart play. It's only going to make his loadout worse.
Even if it was Atlas, which tells us all the dungeon shapes, I don't think they'd pick it up.
No, I trust these runners to know dungeon shapes, especially since they're just vanilla dungeon level 1s at this point.
Could you imagine if this was shapes though? Or can you imagine if the book was required to understand it? One of these hints would be, oh man, they'd be running blind. All right, so Captain Green has the Triforce out of 5. Just has to locate level 4 and get those silvers and then head to 9. So I'd say Captain Green's really closing in on this now, but doesn't know that the raft spot on the right side of the map required.
No, and he checked the other raft spot, so I'm kind of curious how far down this checklist this is going to be. I don't think he bombed the coast. I don't think he bombed Death Mountain either, and I think he's making... Oh, I guess he didn't check these hints either, so he's going to do that first.
All right. Can't disagree there.
According chat, Fury had a pretty tough start. He went good 25 minutes without a sword at all, and he's come all the way back around, made some good finds, and is right now jockeying for first, and finds his power boys to it now. That's putting him in go mode at this point.
Yep, so Fury SK at this point needs to find level 5, or which I'm not sure, maybe he knows is under a feat of strength.
I believe he knows that, yes.
Yeah, looks like he's making all the checks here. Captain Green looking for level 4, and he is right there. So if he makes this raft check right here, then he'll be on his way. We do have our first dot done for random effect on the race with an SRL time of 52:40. So, yowza.
Right. And Rick finds level 5, so he might be our second runner to pull the Triforce out of 5.
Fury's in level 5 as well.
Meanwhile, Dr. J checking all the hard to get to, hard to reach places up in Death Mountain, it looks like.
You know, I don't disagree with that. There's a lot of checks up there.
Death Mountain just has money, and he won't even bother to get that. He has more than he needs.
Yep. Fury SK, gonna want to watch the rupee count, though. He's using a lot of arrows. And there's Captain Green Silvers. He's one Triforce away.
So we've got 2 runners in go mode on this restream out of 4.
Oh, and Fury knows where that Triforce is.
Five hasn't been too bad for the runners so far, especially since they know the book is the item and useless at this point.
Yep, they just race for that Triforce and that's it.
Ropes are agreeable this round, having 2 or less HP at this point. And Triforce discarded by some Stalfos.
Yeah, and it looks like they're +1, I think.
5 or 6 HP on those Stalfos.
Oh, White Sword, you're right. Oh, and there's Fury SK, our first runner to 8 Triforces, full on go mode.
Yeah, and I gotta make a note to check Rick's screen again, see if he's got any of those middle of Triforce that I haven't marked off yet.
I have a feeling he might have a couple more.
Fury SK making a beeline to level 9 at this point.
Looks like Rick got that Triforce out of 5.
Yep. Up. Thank you.
Yeah, I got it. Just ninja that one for you. So Fury SK making the 9 play. Now we're gonna flip to his audio real quick.
Yep.
And so Fury's gonna. I mean, at this point, Fury's not really looking for items. He's looking for the Roar of Ganon and for the Kidnapped. So he's looking for a shutter door that does not open after you kill all the enemies on that screen. That's how he knows he'll have found the Kidnapped. And he'll be looking for that Roar of Ganon. So we'll be getting to Fury's audio in just a second here. Ooh, Wiz robes. Yikes.
Well, at least we got some red ones because we're down to 1 bomb on Fury SK's screen right now.
That's tough. He's going to be very frugal. We do have 2 more finishes on our SRL here. We've got Theorwolf and finishing in 2nd place with a SRL time of 55:25, and Shatty finishing in 3rd place with an SRL time of 55:33.
Chat saying that Fury found the Kidnapped already.
All right. Got a Triforce out of 4 for Captain Green. So Captain Green will be our 2nd in full go mode.
Okay, Rick's only looking for 4.
And there's our audio flip. Leslie Pro, thank you for that check for us. We've updated the tracker.
Alright, turn that down a little bit, but... Oh, I hear something.
Yeah, we got the Roar Ganon.
Just looking for a way in at this point. It might be north.
I think we heard him.
It should be. Since we were south and east of that room.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. So White Sword. Gonna take a few hits here.
Hoping for that stun lock, but since we don't have rolled HP on our bosses today, this should be standard stuff.
Yep.
Can't
I believe
take
it's
too
4
many
hits
hugs.
with White Sword, which means 8 hits. Or 4 hits with mags. Oh, not yet. Not yet, Fury. Oh, does he have the potion? He does.
He does.
Drink that Pepsi.
Whew. There we go. And Rick's about to get into his level 4 just in time for Fury to get some bacon.
And we have bacon, ladies and gentlemen, on Fury SK's side. He knows what the Kidnapped is. So we are about to see the final trek into 9 here. And there you have it, everyone. Fury SK finishing with a official SRL time of 58:49. Now we have moved to Captain Green's audio as he continues to hunt for Ganon.
Pretty forgiving level 9 if I say so myself.
Oh yeah, Great Equalizer, my bottom. The Great Equalizer today was level 4.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Some land mows there, not giving too much resistance to Captain Green.
Well, still getting bodied a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if he has the Coke on him or the Pepsi. 1 death for Fury SK on that. That's not bad at all.
No, and GG to him as the story was going that he was without sword for quite some time during this run, but managed to pull it all back in.
Definitely a surprise.
He says, "Rude power bracelet."
we know. We know. So now we've hit the hour mark. We'll do an item rundown again for all of our runners, all of our readers or watchers, or however you're seeing us on ebook, on tablet, and smoke signals, however you prefer to watch your live streams. We had a raft and a red candle in level 1 located in the Armo statue in the forest. White sword in 2 with a burning bush in also in the forest. Red ring in 3, which is in the deadwoods in a burning bush spot. Silver arrows in 4, which were in the raft spot by the coast. Book in 5, which was a power bracelet check south of desert. Bow was in 6, which was at vanilla 3. Heart container was in 7, which was in the bombable white Armos screen, just south of vanilla 6. We have our wand and our power bracelet in level 8, which was at the Armos check in Death Mountain, and one of them. And level 9 has our Any Key and our Lord Banana, though we have not seen them. We do know they're there. Our coast item was our scrap metal, our Armos item was the ladder, and our white sword item was the flute. Just to update, Captain Green has made some bacon, and he is done. So, updates here. Fred Coughlin, the man creator himself of the Randomizer, finished in 5th place with an SRL time of 1:01:21. Captain Green finished 6th with a time of 1:01:44. And we are joined by Fury SK. GG Fury!
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, so talk to us about that power bracelet.
Yeah. That probably cost me first, but it is what it is.
You know, surprisingly enough, your initial pathing in the overworld was incredibly divergent from our other runners on the stream. How did you feel about not having that wood sword for those first few dungeon digs?
It wasn't too bad with all the items I gathered, but I figured once I cleared out most of the western part of the Hyrule, I was going to be in big trouble. And sure enough, the wood sword was pretty much 4 screens away from start, so that put me a little bit behind, but at least I had some items dug out.
Yeah, I think the... Oh, Mags pickup for Dr. J, so we can confirm that Mags is a minimum of 12. At least. What else did I say? I had another. I think your first take, Eddie, was a heart container pickup, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true?
Nope.
Okay.
No, that was Dr. J today. But out of all the plays that you got to make, you checked the coast first and found that level, found the silvers just when you needed them.
Yeah, I knew I needed power bracelets still for level 5 entry, but I figured I'd at least check the raft spots and make sure level 4 wasn't hiding out on one of those 2 spots, as that was the last level I had left to check and get.
Yeah, always an obscure check going all the way out there, and usually this late in the game, that you've already checked everything else around those raft spots, so it's always a tough out of your way spot, but it was a good check. We are also joined by Captain Green. GG Captain Green.
Thank you. GG Fury.
Thanks.
So, initial thoughts on the stream. Did you eat your croissants this morning?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Power Bracelet was required because of the hint. Started off with some bad balance luck there, but once I got that, I was able to get going okay. I think, except for the death overall, I played okay on this one.
I see.
And how do you feel about mandatory raft, mandatory power bracelet for this seed?
Yeah, that's pretty fun. that raft spot was the very last spot I had to check on the overworld, so I full cleared the overworld, which took quite a bit of time.
Common check.
All 3 were actually mandatory this seed. You had the fluke to even get into 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Level 9 treated you guys pretty nicely at this point. Didn't even find any items before you found Ganon at this point.
The only thing I will say is it seemed things like bombs didn't seem to be much an issue because it looks like the orange dark nuts as well as the orange Garayas rolled really low on health.
Yeah. Once I got that first bomb, it was pretty easy to keep bombs the rest of the seed, even with that bad bomb upgrade.
Yeah, the +2. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was we got a little fun with it in there when you picked. I believe you're the only runner. Oh no, Dr. J also picked it up. But when we saw that, we were talking about how the dungeon economy is so vastly different than the overworld economy for bombs.
Yeah, that level 7 economy, not so great.
Yeah. The level 7 typically doesn't always have anything fun to tell us. Oh man, Adirondack Rick finds Demon Zelda.
Yeah. So speaking of dungeon economy, I mean, Dr. J's up to 11 keys right now. Keys were not a problem for any of you tonight, was it?
Not until level 9. I think I got down to 0 after being up to 7 at one point.
Yeah, I was burning keys quite a few times when I probably didn't have to, but I mean, that's just how many I had. I figured it was an okay play.
Dr. J gets his Triforce in 4, and Rick gets his bacon at this point. And Zelda is or the kidnapped, and Ganon in his case, real close to start, so we should get a GG for him in just a minute.
Yeah, we do have more SRL finishes here, so we did have, I don't know if I did announce Captain Green, but again, a finish time 101.44. Truant Gamer finishes 7th with an SRL time of 105.18. Chess Jerk finishes 8th with a SRL time of 105.34, our Tournament of Champions last chance qualifier winner. Amazing Toaster finishes 9th with a time of 106.33, and Rick, official SRL time, 10th with a time of 107.12.
So Captain Green and Fury, any other miscellaneous thoughts you want to add to the proceedings as far as your takeaways from this particular run?
Next time I should check that cave instead of digging items out of 7, 6, and 3 swordless.
You always hope for that white sword or wand.
Yeah, at least I got sword early, I guess. But yeah, just GG's to everyone, and thank you guys for the restream. Have a good night.
Absolutely, and a reminder to anyone watching, if you do like our Zelda 1 hijinks that we got going on here, give Fury SK, Captain Green a follow, also Adirondack Rick or Dr. J. Thank you guys.
Yep, definitely entertaining runs so far tonight. Kind of getting some dramatic runs, and now we've got Dr. J wrapping things up with in level 9 right now. And if he follows a similar path, which it felt like it was kind of linear considering all the runners followed pretty much the same path the way through. Be interesting to see if he quickly finishes this one as well.
I would say he already found the kidnapped. I did notice that, so he's got that going for him. Also, we do have a couple more finishes here. One more finish. Fry of Teeth, that's finished with 11th place with an SRL time of 108.59. Adirondack Rick,
Hello.
how are we doing?
Doing all right.
Thoughts? How did you feel about needing the raft the power bracelet and the flute to get through this?
That was an interesting chain reaction, but I could definitely see how people finished this off as fast as they did, and I just didn't check the RAF spot until way too late.
That RAF spot seems to be the great equalizer of the of this seed. Normally it's a level 9 dig, but in this case it was a level 4 dig.
Yeah, not only just the fact that there's a level there, but there's a level there with the silver arrows. You get that, and you get the hint for the bow out of that first hint shop. That's it. Well, that plus also the hint about the feat of strength, but still, you get that. You're 2/3 of the way done with a seed.
Right.
Yeah, it was really coming down to level 4 having the silver, so we were at the edge of our seats seeing if that was going to be a level 9 silver or level 4, and well, ended up being level 4 this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once we knew that the feat of strength was required for the book, but then we found out that level 5 had the book, so we knew. Alright, Dr. J getting his bacon. Got his bacon on, so we are close to our fourth runner here, getting the finish. He knows where that shutter door is, so it should be a quick matter at this point.
Yeah, this also came down to that level 6. I make the turn to the north and out of that Aquamendus room. I find the bowl there, and I don't deal with the Wizrobe room dying 17 gazillion times.
Right. Alright, Dr. J does find his kidnapped, and we've got a official SRL time of 12th place for 1:11:32 for Dr. J.
Dr. J was able to pick up that magical sword and was just able to hang out in a corner and tank Ganon hugs until he fell on his sword enough times.
Just fling your mags around and see what happens. Got a red ring, whatever. So, Rick, any other thoughts on the seed that you had for us? Any other moments that you'll take away from this?
Yeah, that's about it. That room in 6 just that kept getting me over and over again. I just gotta figure out what was wrong with the way I was trying to attack that room. Even if I shouldn't have dealt with that room, I need to learn how to deal with that room, because someday you're gonna have to tackle that room, and it's gonna be required, and you can't afford taking that many deaths there either.
Right.
I do remember early on is that you were forced to take down a whole room full of Pole's Voice in level 1 to get its item early on, so at least it was a red candle and not a boomerang for you.
Oh yeah, that too. Seemed like I made a few wrong choices in that seed that could have accelerated it, but you know, it is what it is. It's the nature of Randomizer.
Yeah, he certainly didn't feel lost at any point. It's just a matter of going through the playbook, and this seemed like a break from Elite 8 as far as what we're commentating on, so hopefully not too bad for you tonight.
We are joined by Dr. J as well. GG Dr. J on the finish.
I mean, I guess we're gonna call it that, yeah. To have it that close, I had a good idea of what was in there, but to be literally the last place that I checked when it's that close to start, doesn't really feel good.
Which check are you referring to?
Level 4.
The equalizer of this seed was indeed level 4.
Yeah, I had the raft, and by the time that I had even started looking for 4 and 5, I knew silvers were 1 and 3 shot that it was in 4, and then I wanted to take that first just to be safe.
Yeah, I believe it was Captain Green who told us his very last overworld check was in fact level 4 as well. You know, the raft, you don't think that one spot being where it is, but there it was.
Yeah, that was it.
It wasn't a very attractive spot with the silver boomerang being on the coast, so you're not going to come back there too many more times after the beginning of the game.
Not really that often there, but you know, it's especially because I've was more concerned with digging west Hyrule. Thanks to all those wonderful any roads there.
Yeah, those were great any roads.
Yeah,
Just all in a row.
Yeah,
I got more use than I deserved out of those.
Yeah, Hyrule not really investing a whole lot in its rapid transit system.
I don't even know, maybe they just want really easy access to Death Mountain.
A lot of stops up there. That's where all the Lionels live, so.
But other than that, I mean, other than, well, 4, I didn't really have too many complaints about anything on this seed.
Just had to get pretty much everything today. Everything important to explore everywhere.
Yeah, and finding 1 and 2 as fast as I did and digging enough out of those. Then the next level I find was 8. That was a huge help. Because then I can just blast my way through everything. It worked out nicely.
Yeah, 8 obviously playing a big role having that power bracelet.
Yeah, power bracelet, especially when you get the hint that it is required. And then the wand and white sword, you're pretty much good on offense. The Mags was just gravy at that point.
Alright, we do have another finisher here, Dark Rupee, finishing in 13th place with an SRL time of 1:13.28. We do have our first forfeit as well.
So any other thoughts about the seed? You know, just kind of rolling in the keys and had to pick up everything, and kind of just an interesting seed today.
Yeah, not that often you see the raft block, especially when you have ladder right near start, and that easy to get it too. You're thinking, oh, it's gonna be really great, and then it turns out you actually need everything.
Orion 7 has finished in 14th place with an SRL time of 1:17.10. So I believe we are waiting for one more runner. Can't find bombs. We're on our last person running the seed in IRC.
I hope they didn't run out of bombs.
Well,
I mean,
irony is the best way to finish, isn't it?
Well, I mean, with 1 HP, Orange Darknuts and Orange Garayas in dungeons, I'd find it pretty harder to believe you could not find bombs.
Yeah, especially when I don't know about anybody else. For me, the only time that I really was worried about bombs was going into 9. Turns out you didn't really need them. Well, a little bit at the beginning, but that was it.
Yeah, you're the one who bombed into the Ganon rune. Everybody else went in from the south instead of bombing over. But yeah, that was one of the lowest percentage checks I've seen at level 9 in a long time.
So I'm peeping on Can't Find Bombs here. He is in 9, so probably not going to be a whole lot longer for him. He did find the Zelda room.
All right, I'm going to go get out of here. Thank you guys for doing the commentary for this, and GG to everyone else.
GG.
Thank you, Adirondack Rick. Have a good evening. So it seems we are going to wrap up here, given we've got all of our runners finished. Any last thoughts for us, Dr. J? Gonna go with a no there. So, if you like what you saw, again, I will remind everybody, please give our runners a follow for entertaining us this evening. Captain Green 7, Fury SK, Dr. J, PhD, and Adirondack Rick. I am Radplaid Dad, along with our commentator / tracker cross-country guy. And you have any last thoughts for us here?
Yeah, I had fun tonight. It was fun to track and commentate and have my computer crash at the same time. So I'm glad that we're all kind of rolling with the punches and got to see everybody pick up everything. And happy to work with you tonight.
Absolutely. What's a randomizer without life's little random moments, right?
Absolutely, we'll take it. But that's enough out of me, so I hope everybody has a good night.
Absolutely. Everybody take care. This is a wonderful night of Zelda 1 here on Speed Gaming. We will see you next week, 10 p.m.